welcome to The Acorn, the podcast that drops a little bit of psychoeducation so you can gain a better understanding of the therapy world and yourself. So without further ado, let's jump into our episode. Hello and welcome. Our episode for today is going to answer the question, what is your window of tolerance? Well, your window of tolerance is a term originated by Dr. Dan Siegel. It describes our optimal zone where we are able to regulate our emotions, think clearly, communicate effectively, and connect in healthy ways with others. However, a threat, increased continual stress, or trauma can push us out of our window of tolerance, and this can land us in a place of hyperarousal or hypoarousal. If someone experiences hyperarousal, either they may notice symptoms of increased anxiety, hypervigilance, agitation, or anger, and their fight or flight is activated. They'll feel like they can't calm down. They may notice that their thoughts are racing and that they are more emotionally reactive than usual. Whereas, if someone experiences hypoarousal, they may notice symptoms of sadness, depression, shutdown, or dissociation. They may experience numbness, an absence of sensations, they may be feeling hopeless, and experience themselves shutting down. They may find themselves detaching and isolating, and withdrawing from others. Now, in order to get from hyperarousal back to our optimal zone, we need to ground ourselves in the present moment and self-regulate. We can use any self-soothing skills from our emotional regulation tool belt, things like deep breathing, dancing, bouncing on a trampoline, going for a nature walk, lying underneath a weighted blanket, or listening to calm music, in order to calm down and enter back into our optimal arousal zone. On the other hand, in order to get from hypoarousal back to our optimal zone, we need to orient ourselves to the present time and the place that we're in. We can use stimulation like vigorous exercise, engaging our five senses in a mindful way, smelling essential oils, chewing ice or crunchy foods, or talking to a safe friend or family member to get ourselves back to our optimal arousal zone. To help with both hyperarousal and hypoarousal, we can also eat healthy, exercise regularly, get a good night's sleep each night, and build a supportive community around us. We can do things like practice mindfulness and get appropriate mental health support. Engaging in these kinds of activities can help us to widen our optimal zone. The more we can widen our window of tolerance, the more we'll be able to engage the regular challenges of life with both increased hope and resiliency. Now, I hope this information was helpful. And as we close out this episode, remember to take a moment in your day to remind yourself to pause, breathe, hope, and heal. Take care. Well, this has been another episode of The Acorn. Remember, the content in these podcast episodes are for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. Disclaimer. Anything said in this podcast should not be considered as treatment, professional consultation, advice, clinical instruction or assessment, or any other mental health replacement. Listening to this podcast does not create a therapist-client relationship between you and the podcast host. Always seek the advice of your own mental health provider regarding any questions or concerns you may have about your mental health needs. Also, if you need immediate help, contact your mental health provider or call 911. Take care.